Today we are going to be replacing the front tire on my 2017 Road King. Now I want to show you something real quick. As you can see, I got the back on the lift. Now I only had one strap, that's all I could find, and I wasn't gonna go to the store and get one because they're releasing a place here in town to get one. So yeah, that's not pretty, I know. Not the way to do it. So just don't do it like this. I always have to trust my bike down when I put it on the jack stand like that, especially when I'm gonna be removing one of the tires. I usually like to go right here. I will tie it onto right here to the jack, and the same on the other side to the jack. But this will do when removing the front wheel. This is the way I like to do it. Everybody does it different, but my way is that, see, as you can see, this front wheel is off the ground, but the rear one is still on the ground. The reason why I only raise up the front is because if you have the bike level on the stand, whenever you remove this wheel, that bike is gonna rock back, because this wheel, the weight of this wheel is helping keeping the bike balanced. So when you get the wheel off, what's gonna happen? Bike is off balance, bike's gonna fall back, and you know, it might not fall pretty far, but it's gonna be scary. This is the nut that you gotta break loose. One of them that you gotta break loose. Now I tried to turn it, and it was turning the whole axle. I already got it loose, so I had to grab the screwdriver. That's what the screwdriver is doing. I had to grab this screwdriver to hold the axle from spinning. That's what the little hole is there for. Is to help you get the proper torque and to help you grab the axle. Don't go over there grabbing it with a pipe wrench or whatever. You're gonna damage the axle. You're gonna fuck it up. And it's gonna look like shit. It's already loose. Take it off. Set it to the side. Washer, nut. Just go right here on the ground. Out of the way. Now we're gonna go to this side. We gotta remove that Allen kit right there. I got the Allen set up there. Let me go get it. Okay, we got the screw out of there. The axle is ready to come off. Now I want to show you, my bike doesn't have ABS because I'm cheap. I don't know, I just didn't much care for ABS, even though I hear really good things about it. So I didn't get the ABS. That could be, if your bike has ABS, you might want to look into that, because I don't know what to tell you as far as the ABS setup goes. I know there's special spacers and bushes that gotta go in there for the ABS setup, but for this bike, non-ABS, that spacer right there, see the little, I don't know if you can see the little lines right there, those little lines, make sure those lines go on the outside, towards the outside, whenever you go put them back on. As you can see, you see little lines right there too. So now the axle is ready to come off. Let's get it off the bike. Now we're gonna come on this side and tack the axle that way. Since you can see it's moving. Now I'm using a rubber mallet. Do not go metal to metal. Use a rubber mallet or a mallet filled with sand. Do not go metal to metal. Alright, that break loose. We have to wiggle it on this side. I'm gonna have to put the camera down for this. So as a matter of fact, I can probably put my foot on the knee. Booyah! Axle's off. You're probably going to hear the spacers fall. Let's see. Wheels is gonna come off. There's the axle. There's a spacer. Here's the axle right here. I'm gonna put it up to the side. Real gentle with it. It's your baby right there. Wheel is coming off. Now we're gonna have to raise up the bike a little more to get it off. Okay, I got that wheel ready to come off, but I run into a little problem. I got dual calipers, dual disc brakes on my front end, and the tire won't come out of there. So what I had to do was loosen up this caliper. So this caliper has to come off. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the whole caliper just to make it easier. Well, there you have it. I had to completely take off the caliper to get the wheel off. And here we got the wheel. Now tomorrow, just gonna have brand new rubber on it. Already, we got the brand new tire back. Just picked it up from Harley. This front tire is a Shinko, so yeah, it's a cheap tire, but it's the only tire that I can get fast enough to get it mounted because I got a trip next weekend. I actually have pretty good luck with the Shinkos, even though because of the cheap tires. I don't ride very aggressively, so I really cannot tell much difference. It's a freaking roadkie, man. It's slow. Now I do 90 miles per hour for long periods of time, and not a single tire has failed me yet. So yeah, Shinko it is for now. I want to point out, if you're doing this yourself, look for that arrow. Each tire will have it. It shows you the rotation of the tire. In this case, it rotates this way. So we're going to turn it around, and we are ready to go back in with the wheel. Caliper's gotta come off to get the tire, to get the wheel in there. I already have the bolts loose, so I'm gonna remove that pretty fast, get the wheel up there. I want to show you guys. I mean, it wasn't really that bad. Everything lined up just like it's supposed to. Now, what I did have to do, and then you might want to make sure, it's this brake caliper. Kind of hard to see. This brake caliper, I had to separate the brake pads a little bit, and I mean, all I pretty much did was stuck a flathead screwdriver in there and just spread the pads apart, and then was able to get the rotor in there. And other than that, man, I mean, it's pretty simple. I gotta put the nut back in place on this side, get everything tightened up, and you should be ready to go. This over here needs to get tightened up too. All right, I got the caliper tightened up. I got the wheel on, and I got the axle tightened up. I want to show you how everything looks. Now I want to show you this. It's something that had me worried last time. There's a little gap, just a tiny little gap right here between the spacer and this fork. This little bit of gap, it's fine. If you don't have any wobble, if the back feels right, it's gonna be just fine, because this little gap had me worried last time, and I was trying to tighten up the shit out of the nut over here on this side, and I literally went into forums, Harley talks and everything, trying to figure out how to get that gap to close, and I found out that the gap is fine as long as there's no, like I said, as long as there's no wobble, nothing funny feeling on the front end, it's fine. Okay, some bikes have a bigger gaps than this, and I actually compared it to my buddy's bikes, and they all have this little gap. Some do actually, and some don't. Everything's tightened up to specs, and you can see the gap is there. The very first time that I replaced this tire, I did not look at the gap, so I didn't even notice that it was there. And then I put the wheel back on, and I tightened everything up, and I noticed that it was there, and I was like, shit, man, you know, I was so worried, I was so scared, but it's fine. The gap is fine. One thing that I like to do, which I probably won't show you because I have to go get a marker. I'll get a marker, and I'm gonna mark this nut and this bolt, just one line across. And what that does is, if this nut starts to back off for whatever reason, it gets loose because I didn't tighten it up right, or vibration or whatever gets to it, I can tell that the nut will move, and I will retorque it and tighten it up. I did it last time, but I guess it raced from miles and miles, and it never moved. Bike is ready to go on the ground, and I'm gonna take it for a little ride. If you guys see this video, that means that I survived. That means that I did a good job and I didn't die. So thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you got any questions, leave them on the comment section below. And guys, don't forget to support those that support you. Support your boy Bullseye. And I will see you next time.